The tech news singularity approaches. That's just where companies shove more and more AI into basic everyday objects until literally every topic qualifies as tech on some level, and I don't know, sounds great to me. Google held its I/O event today to detail its ongoing plans to put generative AI in absolutely everything, starting with the public rollout of Gemini-infused Google search results. Your grandma's gonna be using this. Prepare yourself. The tech giant says they want to start by providing AI-curated results and AI overview summaries to users looking for inspiration, like those making open-ended requests for date ideas, to which the only acceptable answer is Casa Bonita in Denver, Colorado.
Either she gets it or she's not worth it.
If you search date ideas, you'll get one answer every time. The company did, however, throw one bone to skeptics of the direction Google search has taken over the last few decades. Last few decades? Oh, wow. Yep, no, that's right. The company did, however, throw one bone to skeptics of the direction Google search has taken over the last few decades, a dedicated web search tab that filters out Google's various widgets and doodads, leaving just text-based results. I'm getting sad here. Google also announced several updates to its stable of AI models. Gemini 1.5 Pro is now available to all developers with up to a 2 million token context window. Gemini Nano now has multimodal capabilities that allow it to take images, audio, and video as input, and they've added a faster, lower latency model, Gemini 1.5 Flash. Google has also integrated Gemini as a panel on the side of most of its workplace suite, which can be toggled on or off. Thank you so much, Google. Plus, they've added an AI teammate intended to act as a kind of productivity buddy, tracking tasks and coordinating communications with coworkers. You can even personalize it and give it its own name. I've named mine Jacob after our writer Jacob, which is only a problem when I get Jacob and Jacob confused.
Are you talking to me?
It's like they're in the room now. As for more visual AI stuff, there's the even betterer text-to-image model, Imagine 3. That's how they say it, even though it should be Imogen. Moving on. And Google DeepMind's Veo, a generative video model that looks like Google's fairly impressive answer to OpenAI's Sora. The question of whether this was trained on YouTube videos should be obvious. It'll be available to a few creators through the new VideoFX tool, and it comes integrated with Google's AI watermarking system, SynthID, which now works with video and could be built into YouTube one day? Another big maybe is Project Astra, which Google described as our vision for the future of AI assistants that can perceive live video and audio and answer in real time. And we think it's so cool that they want that. Have you made it yet? Because why are you showing it otherwise? What if this existed? Yeah, that would be cool.
Cool idea, Google. Sounds neat.
That's awesome, Google. CEO Sundar Pichai also hyped up DeepMind's AlphaFold 3, the revolutionary protein structure prediction tool that can do the same thing for all sorts of different molecules now. And finally, Google announced a grab bag of AI-adjacent accessibility features for Android. There's one that can monitor phone calls live and flag whether they are likely to be scams, one that describes images for visually impaired users, and another that allows users to control a cursor with their head and face. Of course, Apple also recently announced a similar eye tracking accessibility feature. And besides, you could already control your phone with your face. You just gotta get real close. That was you just get close enough and then you can do anything you want.
I use my tongue personally.
In other AI news, Ilya Sutskever, OpenAI co-founder and chief scientist, has suddenly left the company for reasons unknown, though he indicated that he was excited about vague future plans that he would outline at some later point, once he gets the ChatGPT summary of it. Only a few hours later, Jan Leike, co-leader of OpenAI's Super Alignment Group, announced that he was leaving the company as well, tweeting just 2 words, "I resigned."
Bit abrupt.
OpenAI has seen several similar high-profile departures within the last few months, including 4 researchers, their head of nonprofit and strategic initiatives, and their VP of people. Whatever the heck that is. What? Do they have a VP of non-people?
That's every other VP.
VP of cats?
VP of staplers, he's got his own office. At least one of the researchers stated that he didn't trust the company to behave responsibly around the creation of artificial general intelligence. OpenAI's internal culture appears to be significantly out of step with public sentiment on this issue, as a recent YouGov survey found that 63% of Americans would support government legislation to prevent the creation of super intelligent AI. Sam Altman was apparently one of the few who watched Terminator and The Matrix and thought, hell yeah, sick!
That's what I'm talking about.
I hate the villain, John Connor.
Taking immediate action, earlier today, the US Senate revealed a $32 billion a year roadmap for regulating AI, which makes no concrete suggestions for how to regulate AI. We're very much in the creating a committee to develop a framework for considering legislation stage of the regulatory process, and that part's important. Plus, that annual $32 billion is primarily intended for investment in non-military AI innovation. So apparently, we're gonna regulate Sam Altman by giving him money. Here's an alternative idea: get money from satisfied customers with the help of today's sponsor, MooSend. They help you craft custom email campaigns to milk maximum engagement from your audience. Forget those boring black and white templates. Instead, choose from vibrant presets. Then layer on your segmentation tools and personalized dynamic elements. If you can find where you left them. It's time for those antiquated marketing tactics to move on over. Do you get it? And after you've launched your campaign, herd up all your analytics with their advanced tools and see what went well and what you might want to tweak. When marketing your business, the stakes are at an all-time high. So check out how MooSend can help using the link below for a free 30-day trial and save 10%.
It's utterly simple.
Okay. More AI? A2? Quick bits? Apple's newest 17.5 iOS update appears to be causing old, long-deleted photos, including nudes, to reappear in users' photo albums, as if they were recent photos. You don't want that. Dozens of users have reported encountering this issue, including on devices that were previously wiped. To be clear, this doesn't necessarily mean that Apple has secretly been holding on to supposedly deleted data. Old, deleted data isn't really gone until it's been overwritten by something else, which is probably how the necromancers at Apple accidentally brought a bunch of elderly dick pics back from the grave.
The pics are elderly. I don't know about the dicks.
Leaked internal documents from Dell show an extremely bullish attitude towards Qualcomm's upcoming Snapdragon X Elite chips, which are set to launch imminently. Dell apparently already expects to include second-gen Snapdragon X Elite chips in its 2026 laptop lineup, as well as a third generation for either 2027 or 2028, depending on whether the AI has gotten us all by then. These second-gen chips are expected to be even more efficient than their already super efficient predecessors, cutting the power draw of Dell's 2026 laptops down to 20 watts from 25.5 watts. Asus is only scheduled to announce its own Snapdragon X Elite-based laptop on Monday, so this is a bit like checking your parents' closet for your birthday present, only to find several years' worth of future birthday presents. And now everything's been ruined. There's no surprise.
Socks? 2030? Really?
A federal investigation of Alphabet subsidiary Waymo is underway due to the company's self-driving cars being involved in a lot of crashes. Way more crashes than necessary. Anyway, investigators have found 22 incidents where Waymo's cars collided with objects like gates, chains, and parked cars. Meanwhile, automakers as a whole have been put on notice by the FTC to stop selling connected cars that illegally collect users' data. That sounded really scary until the FTC revealed this issue has been on their radar for years. Nissan and Kia's privacy policies allow them to track your sexual activity, and the FTC is just watching. Gross. It was in the terms.
Get out of there, Kia Sorrento. Stop watching.
New York City will be testing AI-enabled gun scanners from a company called Evolv in its subway system, with Mayor Eric Adams saying an analysis of the scanner's accuracy will be conducted, even though the city already tested Evolv scanners 2 years ago. That test revealed the scanner's detections were actually false positives 85% of the time. Another 14% of detections were cops. You'd think that math that disappointing would mean something to the education system, but apparently several US states are still considering putting similar scanners in schools. Now, it wouldn't be the first time a school gave a passing grade to an underperformer, but that's usually reserved for star athletes who actually put points on the board. We gotta make it to championships this year. And TikTok is including ChatGPT generated answers to some of its search results in a test to see just how deeply they can confuse the youth. The app does warn users that AI smart search could get things wrong, but TikTok users should be used to that. Last September, the app tested supplementing its search results with links to Google, Wikipedia, IMDb, and other websites, since many young people treat TikTok as a search engine and may not know there's a whole internet out there that isn't based on OnlyFans funnel accounts and confident misinformation. Or at least, there used to be. There also used to be more tech news every Friday, and guess what? There still is. I'll see you then. Okay, all right, bye. Bye now, take care of yourself. See ya.